How's everyone feeling tonight? Let me know in the chat, fan, if you guys can hear me loud and clear, if you guys can see me. We're excited to run this call for you all, right? Whether you are already a part of our community or you are brand new, looking at everything that we got going on here within BIP and the IQONIC family. I'm not gonna take too much of your time, but I do wanna introduce myself real quick, just so we're not completely strangers. My name is Felix Camarillo, born and raised in Mexico. I currently live here in New York City, and I've been a part of this amazing community, this amazing family, the last about to be 4 years family, something that completely changed my mind, going from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, learning many different skill sets that can help me get paid for my abilities and not my time, and working with amazing individuals, our mentors, people that has been the way, that has, done the work, and that they can show us exactly what it is that we gotta do to also see these amazing results. If you are brand new, taking a look at it, something that I recommend is that you take notes, write down any questions that you have. That way, whoever invited you onto this call, later on, we can answer those questions, those doubts. And I want to pass it over to the next individual. This is somebody that I really look up to, I respect, and I admire because everything that he's been able to do the last decade that he has been doing this. And he's going to be breaking down for you guys on this training how everything works from beginning to end, right? How, if you're a brand new person, you can start benefiting from trading, from investing, from just, learning these different skill sets. And he's going to show you exactly what it is that you need to be doing every step of the way, right? From getting started, from actually taking your first couple steps, to actually taking your first couple trades, to actually being able to have your first withdrawal, everything that you need to do, he's gonna break it down for you guys. So with that being said, please go crazy in the chats for my brother Matthew Cruz.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? Definitely want to give credit back to Felix. Him and I have been doing this together for years now. And to see, how much he's been able to grow, how much success he's been able to have, and the amount of people that he's been able to help has been an absolute blessing. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for opening up the call. My name is Matthew Cruz. I am a business owner and investor. I'm out here in Seattle and Washington. I have about a decade of experience when it comes to entrepreneurship and 7 years as well in the different financial markets, Forex, crypto, stocks. And we've been able to grow an amazing community to teach people how to trade and how to invest and how to build residual income. This is one of my favorite quotes: commitment lasts longer in community. And I think that's so true. We have our whole company is called IQONIC. IQONIC is the fastest growing education platform to teach you these different online skills. And when I got started in this industry, I want you guys to understand one thing. I was literally 22 years old, broke college student working as a valet parking cars. And I obviously wanted to make more money, but for me, I've always been very, very freedom motivated. I said, hey, if I could just do something to make a full-time income online, once I am able to do that, then I'll have the money, I'll have the time, I'll be able to do the things that I wanted to do. So that was my original goal. And maybe you're here just because you want to make extra money. Everybody starts part-time. Maybe you have similar goals to me. I can guarantee you, whatever goals that you have, we have many, many people that have been able to go out there and hit that, probably times 10, probably times 100. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but with that being said, um, this platform has completely changed everything for me. I've tried everything since I got started in this industry, and I can guarantee you, if your goal is to learn these skills, if your goal is to put your money to work for you, is to learn to trade, to learn to invest, to have an amazing group of people around you, then I can tell you that this is the best place that you could actually put yourself in. So let's kind of dive into everything here. And before we start, there are a couple apps I'm going to have you guys download. So there's the Telegram app. This is where we have a lot of our chats and a lot of our communication. TradingView, this is a free website that you can use to look at the charts. So when you see people doing their analysis and marking up their charts and all that, they're doing that on TradingView. Now, a trading platform, some of us are using TradeLocker, some of us are using MetaTrader 5. Ask whoever invited you to this call what they're using, but you're going to have a trading platform. This is where you execute trades. This is where you hit buy, and this is where you hit sell. So those are some of the things that we're going to pull up here as resources today. This right here is TradingView. and I'm going to explain to you what it is that we're looking at here. All right. So I'm going to use this replay tool and just go back a little bit in time. So if you're looking at these charts for the very first time, obviously it's a little bit confusing. You don't really know what you're looking at. I want you guys to understand this. Whether you're trading Forex, crypto, futures, stocks, indices, commodities like gold, my favorite asset to trade is gold. So I have gold pulled up right here. You can go on TradingView. You can look at the charts and be able to do your own analysis. And then when you're ready to actually place trades, I use Trade Locker. Some people use MetaTrader, but you're able to go over to your trading platform and then execute those trades. Now, what are we looking at here? These candlesticks, they represent price and time. What do I mean? We're on the 5-minute chart, so it's showing you how much the price went up or how much the price went down. And each candlestick is worth 5 minutes of time. So you could see 5, 10, 15 minutes, the price went up. And you could see like the current price. And then you could see before that, 10 minutes, the price went down, and so on and so forth. So I want you guys to understand that all day long, the market's going like this. Prices are going up and going down 24/7, 365. Now, as someone who trades, you're able to profit either direction. You're able to make money either way. That's how you actually, the way you get paid is by predicting the direction of the chart. Example, if I short the market and the market drops from here to here, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. If the market drops 150 points within a 30-minute time frame, 150 points, that could be $15, 115, $150, or $1,500. It just depends on your trade size. Same thing over here. Let's say that I got in for a buy, and then within 10, 15 minutes, the price goes up for over 100 points within 15 minutes. How much money would you have made off that movement on the chart? It just depends on your trade size. So, for example, let's say that you did the smallest trade size possible, 10 cents per point times 100 points, you would have made $10. What if you're doing that every day on the smallest trade size possible times 30 days? That's an extra $300 a month on the smallest trade size possible off this, 15-minute movement on the chart. Let's say that you did like $1 per point. $1 per point times 100 points, that'd be $100. Imagine you're doing that on a day-to-day basis. Instead of making an extra $300 a month, we're talking about making an extra $3,000 a month. Now, this is where it gets crazy. There are people who are doing $10 per point. It's called a standard lot size, which is just a bigger trade. $10 times 100 points in the market, that would be $1,000 in 15 minutes that the chart went up. So the amount of money you make depends on how many points the market move in your direction. In this case, let's say we bought and the market went up 100 points. And then the second factor is your trade size, how big of a trade that you're taking. We'll just use $1 per point. Say you made $100 off that movement on the chart. So there are certain best times to trade. There's the New York session in the morning, there's the Asian session in the afternoon, there's the London session in the evening. But that's the cool part is the markets are open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, so you can figure out what time is going to work best for you. Now, trading, in my opinion, is the best financial skill that you could ever learn. Once you turn $1 into $2, you'll never go back. Once you put your money to work for you, this is the most important financial skill that you could ever learn. But thing is the vast majority of people fail. They have no education, they have no mentorship, they have no community. They're literally just gambling, right? And so for us, we have a very specific system where we give you step by step by step on what to do so you can actually understand what you're looking at so that you could actually be profitable. We have a system called Score in 24. If you follow our system, our goal is to be able to have you plug in, copy some trades, hop on a live session with an expert trader, copy some of their trades, and then be able to see results within your first 24 to 48 hours. That's the goal. if you actually, follow this correctly. So let me give you guys another example. Here's the thing. The hardest part is the hardest part for new people is where do I get in and where do I get out when it comes to trading? And you can learn how to read the charts by yourself, but that is going to take, without the education, probably going to take years. I think we can compress those years into months if you're actually within our community. I think within your first few weeks, you're going to have a basic understanding of the basic patterns on the chart. However, to make it even faster, to help you become profitable faster, I'm going to show you our AI scanner here called DeFi. Check this out. Now, if you've been in the community for a while now, drop a 111 in the chat if you've been able to use DeFi or one of our other scanners to be profitable, whether it's DeFi or whether it's React or whether it's we have a half a dozen different scanners that people are using. So I want you guys to understand something. There's retail traders, people like you and I, and then there are large financial institutions, banks, hedge funds, people that really move the markets. Now, we only make up 5% of the markets. These large banks, they make up 95% of the markets. And so when you see the charts moving, we don't really affect the charts at all. It's really these big banks. They're the ones who are moving the markets. Why do I tell you that? The reason why I tell you that is because if you look into it, everything that they do is algorithmic. Everything that they do is AI. And if the large financial institutions are using AI to predict what's going to happen in the markets, then why are you and I not doing the exact same thing? So with that being said, let me show you this here. Let me hit play. I want to show you guys a trade that was called out today. I'll show you two trades that were called out today, one for a buy and one for a sell. All right, check this out. So this right here, you can see the time right here, okay? This was at 6:20 a.m. So exactly 12 hours ago from this moment, the scanner populated a one-star idea. A one-star idea is five confirmations for a sell, five confirmations to short the market. The scanner is literally saying, hey, enter for a trade right here, right now. Okay. And it gave you your entry price, where to get in, your stop loss is your safety net in case the trade goes the wrong way, and then your target prices. That's how you place a trade. This number right here, this price, and this price, you copy those numbers to your trading platform, and that's how you execute a trade. And then you could see, let's see what happens here. Within 5 minutes, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Within 45 minutes, it actually hit target three. Okay. So you could see we're going to round and call it 200 points. So you didn't even need to know how to read the charts. You could have just hopped on with our scanner and it would have called out this trade for you and the market moved 200 points. That could be $200. That could be $2,000. It could be anywhere in between. Like I said, it just depends on your trade size. So let me show you guys one more as well. Because the scanner, I believe, called another buy. Okay, cool. So yeah, it called a buy. You can see this two-star idea right here. Two-star just means like it was about 7 or 8 confirmations in the market for it's a very high probability buy. And then you could see that, so let's see how long. Within 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, it hit the target three. Again, entry, stop loss, target. Those are the only numbers that you need to hit buy or to hit sell. And you could see price literally went for 300 points. And dude, let's just say you did the smallest trade size possible, 10 cents per point times 300 points. That'd be $30. $30 a day. Let's say you're doing that consistently on average. Some days you do less, some days you do more, but that's an extra close to $1,000 a month just from trades that you found from the scanner, right? Now, The only way to learn how to trade is by trading. So people are like, oh, I want to learn how to do it by myself. Okay, cool. If you're hopping on these charts and you're using the scanners, it's going to help you learn how to also do it on your own time as well. So that's a little bit about the basics of trading. Now, understand this, guys. We have education. We have three pillars here. So we have our education, we have our automation, and we have our community when it comes to trading. I'm going to show you guys all three and how to leverage everything. So when it comes to education, here we have a full-blown academy on how to trade. What is a candlestick? What is a pip? Pips are points, long versus short, buying versus selling. Lot size is your trade size. All the terminology that you need to look at the charts and be confident. You're learning a new language. There's a little bit of a learning curve is here in a straight line of information, breaking down the basics. Now, once you have the basics down, we're going to get you plugged in to the live education. This right here is the most important part. I'm a visual learner, so being able to hop on with the educators that I watch, believe it or not, have cleared seven figures in the markets, and they're doing live trading daily. So you can hop on with somebody like Oren in the morning at 10 a.m. and he's doing live trading. You can copy his trades, but he's also explaining why he's doing what he's doing. He's explaining the patterns on the chart on why he got in and why he got out. He's explaining the news and how that affects the markets so that you can learn how to do it yourself. And you could also hop on at night. Let's say you want to hop on at 8 p.m. with Delphine as an example, and she's doing live sessions in the evening. There's literally always something going on. But I'll tell you this right now, if you have an hour a day to hop on these live sessions. You're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to get amazing results. If you don't have an hour a day, I would say, hey, don't even do it. But if you have an hour a day, there are many, many people that that's the only piece of advice I gave them was hop on these live sessions an hour a day. And within a couple months, within 6 months, within a year, within 2 years, they were able to replace what they were doing and do this full time. So live education, this is where the value is for sure. Now, strategies. Like I said, we have a half a dozen different AI scanners. My favorite one is DeFi. The reason why I like DeFi, the one that I showed you, is because it's multi-asset. You can trade it on anything, whatever you're trading. If you go and like look up people who are trading, you see some people trading crypto and futures and forex and gold and this and that. It's multi-asset, so you can use it on anything, and it's multi-time frame. If you want to be in and out of the markets very, very quick, that's called scalping. If you want to hold trades for long periods of time, if you want to swing trade, that's okay too. You can use DeFi on different time frames. Now, I'll tell you this right now. I've tried everything, and for me, the biggest thing was simplicity and accuracy. Give me something that's very, very simple. You can learn how to use DeFi within your first week, right? And then give me something that was accurate. I think that you're going to make, I would say at least roughly about a 65% win rate with DeFi without any additional confirmations to improve your win rate just from using DeFi alone. So this is an amazing tool. So that's the education part. Okay. So we kind of broke this down with the education. We have the academies, academies, live sessions, and we have the scanners, the AI tools like DeFi. Now, when it comes to the automation, let's talk about that. So, with the automation, this is not AI. This is not a robot. These are real people. So, we have our top five traders on an app called IQ Auto, and you can connect a trading account to the app. And when they place a trade, it'll mirror in your account, and you're able to potentially profit hands-free. Now, over the last 7, 8 years, we only taught people how to trade. We had a lot of people say, hey, I don't have the time. Hey, it's too difficult. Hey, can you trade for me? We never had anything for them. This is a new project that we started a couple months ago, and we're very excited about it because we feel like it's something that's gonna help anybody and everybody. And, some people are here for the automation. For me, I would say that um, there's a lot of people here as well here for the education. My mindset is why not do both? Why not master the skill yourself? Once you have the skill, it's something that no one can take away from you. but also you can have the automation running in the background while you're learning at the same time. So that's the automation, and that is how that works. Now, last but not least is the third pillar is going to be the community. People join to make money, they end up falling in love with the community. This is going to sound like an exaggeration to you, but this is not an exaggeration. I have met thousands of people in 30 plus countries that I never would have met had I not done this. I'm talking about physically in person that I've been to, let alone all the people that I've met online. The connections alone, the community alone is worth it. Having accountability, having support, having the right people around you, everything is here. So this is one of our general chats here. Your chat might look a little bit different. I'm using this one as an example, but imagine all the calls are recorded. You have the results chat. People are dropping their profits on a day-to-day basis every single day. This is just the last 24 hours. We have personal development, books, audios, podcasts. We're huge on personal growth. Our affiliate chat. We have a very aggressive affiliate program where you can refer people and get paid. Trade updates. Not only are we giving you the trade ideas, telling you when to buy and when to sell, but we're giving you the play-by-play. We're keeping you updated. Did it hit your take profit? Did it hit your stop loss? General chat. This is just random, anything that doesn't fit in the other categories. And then we have our team calls. We have the call that we're on right now. We have live calls going on every day, multiple times a day, so that you can plug in and start to learn and grow and get amazing results, guys. So, just in your first 20 minutes, this is your onboarding. Imagine you get started, your first 20 minutes, this is what's going to happen. You're going to download the right apps, join the right chats. You're going to learn how to navigate our website. You're going to set up the automation. You're going to set up your own personal trading account. You're going to learn how to place trades. You're going to hop on your next get paid session is our live trading sessions. You're going to hop on a live trading session and you're going to take your first trade. And the goal is to score in 24, meaning take a trade on your demo and be able to see profits within your first 24 to 48 hours. All right. So going through the onboarding, getting completely set up for success. This is an example. Your onboarding might be a little bit different. This is one of the ones that I like to use. And then we go over a personal game plan with you. We ask you, everybody has a different situation, everybody has different goals. So based off that, we create a personal game plan and a schedule for you after you do that. Guys, this is just your first 20 minutes. This video is 8 minutes, this one's 5, and then this one's 4 minutes. And so that is the onboarding. That's how getting started actually works. All right. E5. All right, we talked about the education, the automation, the community. Um, when I think of the community as well, I think in terms of like chats, calls, and events. We're chatting every single day. Let's just do one. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we're chatting every single day. We have the team calls, and we also have a lot of stuff in person. I'll give you an example. We have a big event this Sunday here in Washington, here in Seattle. We have a big event, and we're gonna do all this stuff in person. All right. So that is um, everything's online, so you don't need anything in person. But we have events going on in Seattle, in Arizona, in Florida, in New York, in California, in a lot of different cities, in a lot of different states, in a lot of different countries. So ask whoever got you started, when is the next event? Even if there's not anything locally, we do like these conventions a couple times a year. We just had a big one in Orlando. We have another massive convention coming up in September. That one's going to be in Toronto, in Canada. So you'll be able to meet everybody in person, all the top earners, all the top traders, all the educators in person at these big events. All right, so when it comes to getting started, there there is a few different options. We can talk about the monthly membership here. So typically it's going to be 215 to 230 for the monthly membership that we have, depending on which membership that you're getting started with. But we also do have something called For No More. For No More basically says, hey, Let's say you're learning, you're growing, you're loving the community. Let's say you're making money from your phone. Can we agree? Naturally, people are going to ask you how you're doing what you're doing. And if you refer four people, then you'll actually get a free membership. This is called Four No More. Refer four people and get a free membership. So if you follow our system, our goal is to get you plugged in, see some type of results within your first few days, first few weeks, refer a few people within your first month, and then you don't even have to worry about the monthly later on. Now, what's the difference? The 215 is called the elite membership, the 230 is called the max. I have the max myself personally. How does that work? That just means one thing I did not talk about, let's say pillar number four is travel. So we have access to our own travel portal. If you're the type of person that wants to travel, wants to have freedom, wants to be able to see the world, then this is huge. There's two parts. We have our travel portal, and then we also have our group trips. As we speak, there's a big company group trip going on right now in Japan. So we have a lot of our leaders in person in Japan, and they are literally like they have like a curated trip. You get picked up at at the airport. They bring you to the hotel. They take you to all the excursions, and it's like a bucket list trip of a lifetime. We're talking about a $3,000 trip that people went for 500 bucks. So that's how the group trip works. You get crazy discounted trips. And then also you have the travel portal, which is you can use it anytime, anywhere. There's millions of different hotels, flights, rental cars, cruises, all things travel. For me, I'll save thousands of dollars this year just from the travel portal by itself. So that is the 230. That's why it's a little bit more. Or if you just want the elite membership and you don't care about travel at all, that one's 215. So we have other memberships, some that are a little bit more, some that are a little bit less. It really just depends on what your goal is personally. So you can ask whoever invited you what they're using and what works best for them. And they can go over a personal game plan with you based off that as well. But I would say that 90% of people have the elite, the 215 or the max, which is the 230. Now, if you know more than four people, we have a very aggressive affiliate program, as I mentioned earlier, to where you could refer people and get paid. And it's not just individually, but it's accumulatively. Let's say that you referred a few people, and let's say that they wanted to get their four no more as well. Okay, well, if you refer a few people who refer a few people, you're making minimum an extra $700 to $1,000 a month residually every single month just from referring people to the platform that helps you. So now you're trading, you're investing, you're sharing those results, you're growing this community. Now you're making an extra $700, an extra $1,000 a month. And now you can use that money to actually trade with rather than your own. And it doubles at every level. It goes from 1,000 a month to 1,500 to 3,000 to 5,000 to 10,000. Sky's the limit when it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, when it comes to our affiliate program as well. Whatever you put in is what you get out. So if that's something that you want to participate in, amazing. Let whoever invited you know that it's something that you want to participate in. Now, with that being said, the last thing that I'm going to say is I'm going to just give you guys my two biggest tips of advice when it comes to getting started. The two biggest misconceptions when it comes to this industry, number one is quick, and number two is easy. People want to get rich quick. Guys, it took me 2 years to hit my first six figures doing this, and I was consistent every single day, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over time. Anything good, anything great, it's going to take a little bit of time. But let me tell you something. I've been doing this since 2017. Do you know how fast time goes by? It goes by like that. So you might as well put the time into something that's going to get you the results that you want, right? And then number two is easy. This is not easy, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's very, very simple. It's equivalent to me giving you the example of, let's say you wanted to get into great shape. Let's say that we give you the personal trainer, we give you the diet, we give you the workouts, we give you everything you need to be successful, and all you have to do is go to the gym an hour a day. That's what you're going to have here. You're going to have the academies, the live sessions, the scanners, the community, the everything that you need, you will have to be successful. All you have to do is plug in an hour a day to the live sessions. It's literally impossible to lose on a long enough time frame The only way to lose is if you're not plugged in. That is it. So with that being said, guys, if you are brand new or if you're looking to potentially get started, there's something called a strategy session. It's just a fancy word for a game plan. So whoever invited you, you can reach out to them and let them know, if you're all in, if you have questions, where you kind of see yourself. And then from there, they'll get you connected to myself, one of the other leaders, someone who's doing this full time, so we can go over a personal game plan with you based off of, your situation and your goals. If you see an opportunity for yourself, let them know, and then we'll be able to help you with the next steps from there.